It's Friday night, your phone lights up. Bro, plan cancelled. And for a second, you feel something you're not supposed to feel. Relief, not disappointment, not loneliness, relief. And that's exactly where the problem begins. Because the world has already decided what that feeling means. Lazy, antisocial, missing out. But what if that moment isn't weakness? What if that moment is control? See, society has this unspoken rule. If you're not out there, you're falling behind. If you're not surrounded by people, something must be wrong with you. But that's not truth. That's conditioning. Because there's a certain type of man who doesn't escape into silence. He chooses it. Look around. Noise is everywhere. Notifications. Endless scrolling. People performing their lives like it's a stage. The modern world is designed to keep you distracted. Constant stimulation. Constant movement. Constant validation. And here's the dangerous part. The more noise people consume, the less they can tolerate silence. An empty room starts to feel uncomfortable, almost threatening, so they run from it. But the man who stays home, he doesn't run, he reclaims silence. Now, most of you are thinking, okay, but maybe he just doesn't like people. That's the biggest lie. Because this isn't about personality, it's about wiring, called optimal arousal theory. Every brain has a different threshold for stimulation. Some people need chaos to feel alive, but others, their mind is already loud, even in silence. Their brain is constantly thinking, analyzing, building. So, when you throw that mind into a crowded room, noise, conversations, lights, it doesn't energize them, it overloads them. Like running 50 tabs on a system already at full capacity. So when they choose to be alone, they're not escaping people, they're protecting their energy. And this is where it hits you, because you've felt this. You've been in that loud place, smiling, talking, but inside, your mind was tired. You just wanted to go home. And when you finally did, you didn't feel sad. You felt reset. But still, there's that voice. Why am I like this? Why don't I enjoy what everyone else enjoys? Let me make this clear. There is nothing wrong with you. There was a man named Glenn Gould, one of the greatest pianists ever, a genius. People would sit in silence just to watch him perform, but he hated it. Not because he was scared, because he couldn't stand the crowd. He once said, "I think the audience is a force of evil." And at the peak of his career, he walked away. No concerts, no stage, just a silent room, a controlled environment. And in that silence, he created his best work. Another man sat alone in a small, quiet room. No fancy office, no noise, no people, just him and his thoughts. He built something that would later power the world's technology. Linux, a system that companies like Google turned into billions. And when asked if he cared about the money, he said, "I'm happy. I like working alone. That's it. No noise, no validation, just internal satisfaction." So what's actually happening here? Why are these men not lonely, but fulfilled? There's a simple framework. 3 needs, not complicated, just 3. Autonomy, competence, connection. When you're alone by choice, you control your time. You focus deeply. You build something. And you don't need 50 people. Just one real connection is enough. That's it. That's why you don't feel empty in solitude. You feel complete. But let's not lie to ourselves. There's a line. Because solitude can either build you or trap you. There's a difference between choosing to be alone and hiding. One is power, the other is fear. If you're alone because you're building something, that's alignment. If you're alone because you're avoiding life, that's decay. Same room, different mindset. The world will always reward noise. Loud men, visible men, performing men. But real strength? It's quiet. It's the ability to sit in a room with your own thoughts and not need distraction. Most men can't do that. That's why they stay busy. That's why they stay loud. Because silence exposes them. But you, if you can sit alone and feel at peace, you're not missing out. You're operating on a level most people will never understand. So next time the plan gets cancelled, don't rush to fill the silence. Sit in it and ask yourself, am I alone or am I finally in control?